Okay, so good afternoon, doctor. So for today, we would having a rationalization with regards to your quiz about renal and genitourinary disorders. And then I've also added special chapters as well from dermatology, wound management, and anesthesiology. No? Kasi ito yung usually nami-miss out. No? Sometimes yung mga residents, they focus too much dun sa mga major chapters, yung mga body organs such as yung mga cardio, pulmo, renal, ganyan. But they miss out yung mga chapters like derma, wound management, tsaka anesthesiology, which is sayang din yung points, no? So, that's why I've included it in this quiz, no? So, without further ado, let us start. So, number one, which among the following intrinsic causes of acute kidney injury presents with increased urine osmolality? Okay, so in order to answer this question, you have to go back to the table from Tintinali. So, if you're going to look, no, uh, there is a general rule, no, kapag renal, no, essentially, may problem sa pag-reabsorb ng water, no. So, ang exemption to the rule is yung acute glomerulonephritis. So, mataas ang urine osmolality kasi siya lang yung renal cause na intact ang water reabsorption. Kaya, he is still able to have a high urine osmolality. No? So, kasi nakaka-reabsorb ka pa ng water sa acute glomerulonephritis. Okay? So, I want you to take note of that exemption to the rule. Then, sa pre-renal, syempre intact naman yung water absorption mo. Okay, kaya urinary is concentrated. Then, pagka post-renal, so may alteration na, no? Mababa ang urine osmolality. Okay? So, the correct answer is acute glomerulonephritis. So, number 2, which of the following is not an indication for emergent dialysis? So, actually, if you're going to look at each choice carefully, no, malalaman mo na dyan yung not an indication for an emergent dialysis, no. So, this is the table from Tintinali, no. So, take note, uncontrolled hyperkalemia, usually more than 6.5. Okay. And then, refractory fluid overload with associated with persistent hypoxia or lack of response to conservative measures. So, doon sa choice kanina, may response daw sa conservative measure. So, ito na yung sagot. No? Then, uremic pericarditis, syempre, uremia yung pasyente mo. Meron kang NSEF, asterixis, seizures, no? Sodium is less than 115 or more than 165, which is yun yung isa sa choices natin is 110. So, indication for emergent dialysis yan, no? Then, severe metabolic acidosis with concomitant acute kidney injury, life-threatening poisoning, yan, yung mga renotoxic, okay? Uremia, paulit-ulit, no? So, actually, there's a mnemonic for this, yung AEIOU, diba? If you would recall from your med school, A for acidosis, E for electrolyte imbalance, I for intractable overload, no? So, O for drugs, then U, uremia. Okay? So, yan. The correct answer is letter B. Kasi nga, conservative siya sa responsive yung patient sa conservative measures. No? Yung flapping tremor, that is what? Pertains to encephalopathy. Okay? So, kailangan ma-dialysis yun. Next, an elevated CK is the most sensitive and reliable indicator of muscle injury. To diagnose rhabdomyolysis, ilang fold increase dapat ang CK? In the absence of cardiac and brain injury. Take note, in the absence of cardiac or brain injury. So, this is a recall type of question, pero laging tinatanong yan. So, 5-fold increase. Okay? Next, which of the following is the most appropriate in the management of rhabdomyolysis? So, do we routinely alkalinize with sodium bicarbonate? Hindi. Hindi yan routine, no? Actually, there are randomized controlled trials which have inconsistent results, no? Plain lactated ringers as vigorous IV resuscitation. Tama tong second part no statement niya, kailangan ng vigorous IV fluid resuscitation to prevent AKI, totoo to. Pero, yung fluid na ginamit is mali. 'Di ba? You avoid potassium containing or lactate containing solutions. Hypocalcemia in rhabdomyolysis requires no treatment in the absence of hyperkalemia-induced cardiotoxicity. This is the correct answer. McMahon score of 7 or less indicates 3% risk of either renal replacement therapy or death. Masyadong mataas yung 7. So, ang take-home points dito, fluid resuscitation ka, tama naman, pero you usually give saline, IV crystalloids, no? You do not give potassium or lactate-containing solutions. Okay? Kasi mamaya, crash injury yan, mataas ang potassium, yari ka, di ba? Then, fluid dito is 4 cc per kilo per hour. Yun yung importante to take note. Okay? And then, there's no prospective controlled studies that demonstrated benefit from urine alkalinization or forced diuresis. No? So, yan yung bagong update sa 9th edition ng Tintinali. Then, hypocalcemia requires no treatment. Tandaan nyo na. Trick yan. It's a trick knowledge that you have to know. Hypocalcemia does not require treatment unless merong cardiotoxicity. No? So, next. What is the most common cause of heart failure in end-stage renal disease? So, this is just a recall type of question. Hypertension. Okay? Most common cause of heart failure in ESRD is hypertension. Then, baka lang itanong, most common reason for emergency dialysis, fluid overload. Okay? Pag emergency, yung life-threatening. Fluid overload. Kasi yan yung mga nagdi-DOB na pasyente nyo nakikita sa critical area. Talagang stat HD, di ba? Then, pagka non-emergent dialysis, uremia is the most common indication. Okay? Ngayon, if ever merong fistula yung pasyente tapos nagbe-bleed, baka lang itanong, what's the most initial step to do is to direct pressure. Okay? Hold for 5 to 10 minutes minimum. Yan yung baka lang itanong. So, yun yung tatandaan yung unan yung gagawin. Okay, then you read through the others na lang. Okay, so correct answer is hypertension. What is the most common complication of peritoneal dialysis? This is a trick question. Pag tinanong kayo, most common complication of hemodialysis, hypotension na sagot. Pero pag peritoneal dialysis, peritonitis, yun yung most common cause. Okay? Then, things to take note as well, yung Branham sign. Okay? Take note nyo yan yung high output heart failure sa mga ganitong pasyente. After temporary access occlusion, bumabagsak yung heart rate. So, Branham sign. Okay? Then, baka lang di itanong to, yung dialysis disequilibrium. After dialysis daw, nagkaroon ng sudden onset nausea, vomiting, tapos tumataas yung BP bigla. Nagtataka ka bakit tumataas yung BP, naghatak ka naman. Tapos, in case na nag-seizure, coma and death yung pasyente, ano yan? So, that is dialysis disequilibrium. So, attributed siya dun sa high solute removal. Okay, kaya naging hypotonic yung dugo mo. Kaya nagkakaroon ng cerebral edema. Okay? So, the treatment is to stop dialysis and then you administer hypertonic o kaya mannitol. Kasi naghatak ka masyado ng solutes. Kaya naging disequilibrium. Nagkaroon ng imbalance. No? So, yan yung presentation na hypertension, nausea, vomiting. So, again, peritoneal dialysis, peritonitis, most common complication. Then, most common etiologic agent, staph epidermidis. Take note. So, next. Which of the following patients may not require antibiotic treatment? So, if you're going to look at each choice, yung isa, pregnant. Incidental note of past cell. So, ibig sabihin, asymptomatic. Kumbaga, nung urinalysis mo, may nakita, pero wala siyang kinocomplain na symptoms. So, asymptomatic bacteriuria in a pregnant. So, usually, pag ganyan, you require antibiotic. Then, yung pangalawa, scheduled for prostate surgery. May incidental note ulit. So, asymptomatic din. Pero for surgery siya. So, kailangan indication din ng antibiotic dyan. Pangalawa, not pregnant with incidental note. Then, yung pang-apat, elderly. Severe right flank pain na symptomatic. Kailangan mo ng antibiotic dyan, no? So, best answer is C. No? May not require. Pwedeng hindi, pwedeng oo. So, C. So, the question is simply asking kung saan mo gagamitin yung antibiotics, no? According to Tintinali, pagka-asymptomatic bacteriuria. Then, take note, sa buntis lang, tsaka sa mga patients, immediately prior to invasive urinary procedures in which mucosal bleeding may occur. Kailangan mo ng antibiotic dyan. Then, you might want to look as well dun sa criteria, no? Basta kapag woman, dapat 2 successive clean cut urine cultures. 2 dapat. Pag lalaki, 1 lang. Yun yung importante dyan, no? Pag babae, 2. Pag lalaki, 1 lang. Then, 100,000, no? Then, pagka catheterized, tanggalin mo yung 1,000, 100 lang. Kanina, 100,000. Ngayon, 100 na lang. Okay? Pagka catheterized. Correct answer is C. Next. HIV positive. Merong past cell sa urinalysis. Pending urine culture and sensitivity results. Anong initial antibiotic to be used? So, specific si Tintinali dito, you use fluoroquinolones sa HIV patients. Kasi it's because of the resistance sa Pneumocystis jirovecii or yung Pneumocystis carinii. Okay? So, fluoroquinolones such as ciprofloxacin. No? So, what is the purpose of the other choices? No? Pag tinanong kayo first line treatment sa buntis, amoxicillin or cephalexin ang sagot. Kaya ako yung nilagay sa choices. Okay? Fosfomycin, one of the initial medications in general. Pag gusto mo 1 dose lang, fosfomycin. Okay? So, correct answer is ciprofloxacin. Then, you might want to look into this table na lang, ha? Iba yung preferred mo pagka lower yung UTI type o kaya if there's involvement of the upper o kaya komplikado yung case. So, may fluoroquinolones ka. Pagka sexually transmitted, yung mga urethritis, ceftriaxone doxy. Familiarize nyo yan. Okay? So, next, what is the most common cause of acute urinary obstruction? This is very easy. Alam nyo na siguro yan. So, it's benign prostatic hypertrophy. Okay? So, you might want to look into the other causes lang. Pero the most common in men is BPH. Next. What is the primary treatment in a male sexual worker na nag-inject daw na unrecalled drug sa penile shaft for prolonged erection? Eventually came in the ER due to persistent pain with associated with erection. So, ano mo na diagnosis nyo? That is priapism. Okay? How do you manage priapism? Do you tightly wrap the glands with an elastic bandage? Ganun ba? That is the treatment for paraphimosis. Kasi nasakal yung glands. No? Pag paraphimosis yan, nasakal yung glands, kaya kailangan mong i-tightly wrap to reduce edema, tapos i-reduce mo yung foreskin. So, that is not the correct answer. Aggressive antibiotics and hydration, saan yan? Pagka Fournier's gangrene or pagka infectious yung case, dito wala namang fever yung pasyente. No? Corporal aspiration, irrigation, and phenylephrine. This is the correct answer. No? Ito yung para sa priapism. Emergency circumcision. So, that is not the appropriate answer to this question. So, again, take a review dito, no? So, ito yung mga importanteng neurologic emergencies kasi paraphimosis, priapism, no? So, yan. Next, a 16-year-old male was rushed in the ER due to severe sudden scrotal pain with nausea and vomiting which started 1 hour prior to consult. Positive scrotal tenderness. Absent cremasteric reflex with note of high riding transverse testicle alignment. What is the next best step? Ano ba ang diagnosis mo? So, that is testicular torsion. So, una mong gagawin, detorsion, syempre. Lalo na pasok sa golden hour. Oh. First 6 hours dapat masalvage mo siya. Okay? So, detorsion. This is the table from your Tinali. So, you might want to take a look at this as well. So, tingnan niyo yung mga symptoms. Yan naman yung mga most likely magiging clinchers nyo sa case. Pag may sudden onset pain, may nausea, vomiting. Tapos tingnan nyo yung PE. High riding transverse alignment ng testicle. Testicular torsion yan. Tapos tingnan nyo yung age group. No? Pag epididymitis, tingnan nyo, more of dysuria, may fever, okay? Normal position ang testicles. No? Yan yung clincher dyan eh. Sa case, high riding, kaya testicular torsion. Appendage torsion, yung medyo benign, yung parang inerte yung itsura nila ng pasyente. No? So, this is usually self-limiting pag appendage torsion. Pero, syempre, in practice, pagka, kunwari, medyo alanganin yung diagnosis mo. Kunwari, mukha naman siyang hindi torsion sa'yo. Hindi rin siya mukhang epididymitis. Usually, by practice, we refer this to urology service for clearance. Because usually, sila naman nagda-diagnose niyan. Appendage torsion. No? Para safe ka. Okay? So, detorsion, ang importante dito is to take note, no? Hindi siya 100% successful yung pag ma-manual detorsion mo siya, no? Kasi minsan yung pag-ikot nung testis, pwede siyang clockwise, pwede siyang counterclockwise, no? Pero dito sa Tintinali, it specifically mentioned most of the time, you have to explain the patient na the process is painful, pwedeng ma-relieve siya, pwedeng hindi. Okay? Hoping that most of the time marirelieve siya. So, that is why usually, while attempting reduction, dapat na-refer mo rin to sa urology service. No? So, detorsion is typically done in a manner similar to opening a book. Okay? So, usually, 1.5 rotations. Okay, tapos usually, inguinoscrotal ultrasound. Pero clinically, you don't need to wait for ultrasound. Pag clinically, highly suspicious ka na or talagang sure kayo na yung diagnosis mo, you don't need to wait for ultrasound. PE pa lang, di ba? Nakita mo na. So, you attempt the torsion as soon as possible. Tapos, yung neurosurgery na yung bahala surgical fixation, no? Yung mga orchiopexy, no? Bahala na sila dyan. Okay? So next, which of the following medications does not have a role in pain and nausea management in patient with neurologic stone disease? Actually, corny nga yung tanong dito eh. Kung titingnan mo, testmanship skills. Ketorolac, hydromorphone, lidocaine, lahat yan, pain management. Diba? Tamsulosin na yung sagot dyan, no? Pero para lang meron kayong retention, no? Particular si Tintinali dito na NSAIDs ang preferred, hindi paracetamol. Although in practice, we give paracetamol. Okay? Then opioids, pagka hindi tumalab yung NSAIDs mo, usually naman yung next line, opioids. Although we give in practice, mga tramadol, no? Pwede naman. Then lidocaine, take note, is one of the options as well. Pero ang importante to take note dito sa lidocaine, caution ka pag may cardiac problems yung pasyente. Yung may mga arrhythmia na pasyente, ingat ka dyan, no? Kasi lidocaine is a class 1B anti-arrhythmic. Okay? Then, medical expulsion therapy, ano to, adjuncts, kumbaga, no? Hindi siya routine, pero pwede mong gamitin. Most common na nagagamit ng mga ibang consultant is tamsulosin. But if you're going to use this, instruct your patients carefully to take this before bedtime. Okay? Before bedtime. Bago sila matulog. Kasi, if you use that sa umaga, pwedeng orthostatic hypotension. Pwedeng mahilo sa trabaho. Okay? Which of the following is an absolute indication for admission in patients with nephrolithiasis? So, take note of this very important table, no? This was asked multiple times in the past. Absolute versus relative absolute versus relative indications for admission. Ang tandaan nyo dito yung absolute. Yung talagang walang kaduda-duda. Admitin mo. Intractable pain of vomiting. Siyempre, admitin mo na yan. Hindi gumagaling eh. Intractable eh. Urosepsis, pwedeng mamatay ang pasyente. Sepsis, di ba? Isa sa mga common cause ng mortality. Morbidity, mortality, sepsis. Admit mo yan. Walang kaduda-duda. Single or transplanted kidney with obstruction. So, good as parang isa kang kidney. No? Na pag nadali yun, talagang yari yung pasyente. So, admit mo yan. Single or transplanted kidney. Diba, may mga complications such as graft versus host disease, no? So, ganyan. Acute kidney injury, syempre, admit mo yan. AKI yan eh. Pwedeng magkaroon ng progression sa acute kidney injury. If you would remember, there are many stages in acute kidney injury. If you would remember the rifle criteria, the risk, diba? Injury, tapos yung failure, diba? If you would remember the rifle criteria. Acute kidney injury is a umbrella term, pero pwede kasi mag-progress yan eh. Paano kung yung AKI mo is the worst case, diba? Yung end-stage renal disease, diba? So, yan. Absolute indication yan, AKI. Hypercalcemic crisis, pangalan pa lang crisis, di ba? Admitin mo na yan. Severe medical comorbidities or advanced age, admitin mo na yan. Walang kaduda-duda. Tapos, take note mo na lang yung iba, relative. Fever. Lahat ba ng fever, ina-admit? Diba, hindi naman. Solitary kidney without obstruction. So, mareremedyohan pa yan. Without obstruction eh. Diba? Obstructing stone with signs of urinary infection. Kasi meron namang medication options dito. Urinary extravasation, maliit na bagay lang yan. Significant medical comorbidities. Ito, baka malito kayo dito. The term utilized by Tintinali dito is, sa absolute is severe. Sa relative, significant. No? So, careful lang kayo dyan. Then, stone unlikely to pass is also a relative indication for admission. So, note nyo lang. Okay, kasi pwede namang i-shockwave lithotripsy, which is outpatient in other institutions. Hindi naman necessarily admit mo. Diba? Pwede siyang shockwave sa outpatient sa ibang institution. Okay? So, I hope that helps. Absolute indication again, AKI. Injury yan eh, diba? Next, which receptor stimulation produces supraspinal analgesia? So, this is a recall type, pero this was asked in the past. Take note nyo, mu1, supraspinal analgesia. So, top 1, mu1. Supra, nasa taas. mu2, isipin mo na lang, mu2. No? So, parang Pokemon pakinggan. No? Si Mewtwo, masaya, chill lang, Meiosis. Hindi masyadong nag-hyperventilate. No? Yun nga lang, respiratory depressed siya. Depressed yung GI motility. So, chill yung effects niya, si Mewtwo. Then, Delta. Take note, letter D, antidepressant. Okay? D, antidepressant. Kappa, pag kinapa ka ng jowa mo, ano mangyayari sa'yo? Mababaliw ka. Dysphoria, dissociation, delirium, mapapaihi ka pa nga, diuresis. So, yan ang mnemonic dyan. Pag kinapa ka ng jowa mo, mababaliw ka. Dysphoria, dissociation, delirium, diuresis, mapapaihi ka pa. Okay? So, take note of those. Supraspinal, kataas-taasan, top 1, mu1. Okay? Which of the following analgesics is preferred in patients with renal failure? Recall type question. Tandaan nyo dyan, FHM. FHM. Fentanyl, hydromorphone. FHM. Renal failure. Renal failure, FHM. So, fentanyl. Pag wala sa choice si fentanyl, anong sagot? Hydromorphone. FHM. A 32-year-old male sustained a lacerated wound in the medial side of the hand. Anong nerve block daw most appropriate? So, take note, sa medial aspect ng hand, yung medial 1 and 1/2 finger is innervated by your ulnar nerve. Okay, in yellow. Okay. Pero, yun dun sa lateral 3.5 fingers, it would depend on what side, yung anterior side or yung posterior side, no? So, take note nyo na lang, yung median nerve, median nerve innervates the lateral 3.5 fingers anteriorly, which extends to the distal phalanges. No? Tapos, yung radial nerve innervates the lateral 3.5 fingers sa posterior aspect of the hand, extending up to the proximal phalanges lang. Okay? So, that's the correct answer. Ulnar nerve, pagka medial side, yung malapit sa katawan. Medial side. So, ulnar nerve yun. Okay? So, a 79 male was rushed in the ER due to altered sensorium, hypotensive, tachycardic, desat, febrile, GCS7 lang. Nag-fluids ka, hindi daw masyadong tumaas, ini-imply dito na hypotensive ka, nag-RSI ka, ano daw gagamitin mo to preserve the hemodynamics. So, the question is simply asking you which would not have a hypotensive effect. Ketamine na sagot dyan. Kasi di ba sympatomimetic yung effect niya. Yun nga lang, ang drawback mo is dissociative amnesia. Okay? So, yan ang iti-take note nyo dyan. So, pag propofol, it can cause hypotension. Tapos, ang ketamine, so nakalagay dito, no, ketamine component blunts propofol-induced hypotension. So, ketamine kasi is, it provides cardiorespiratory stability. Hindi ka mag-hypotensive dyan sa ketamine. Then, tinan nyo, it may increase blood pressure pa nga. So, beneficial pa nga to sa pasyente natin. Okay? But take note, yung etomidate, myoclonus. Okay? So, yan. Best answer, ketamine. Next, which of the following primary dermatologic lesions pertain to a palpable elevated solid lesion of more than 1 cm in diameter? This is a recall type of question, pero natatanong sa in-service kasi nasa table na malaki. So, just a review of terms. Pag cyst, ang keywords dyan is sac-like. Sac containing something. So, may laman siya. May laman siya. Cyst yun, may laman siya. Pero pagka solid, na less than 1 cm, nodule. Pag more than 1 cm, bukol. Tumor. Pag tender, erythematous, fluctuant, abscess. Okay? So, you run through the table sa derma. Actually, it's a long table, pero the in-service examiners can ask at least 2 questions from that table. Sayang yung 2 points. Madali lang naman. Okay? Next, this was asked in the previous in-service exam, if I'm not mistaken. Which of the following dermatology conditions is described as oval scaly macules with collarettes of scale following skin tension lines in the trunk, usually in Christmas tree pattern? Very classic for pityriasis rosea. Ayan na. Take note of this table. Yung mga buzzwords, no? Tingnan nyo to, yung mga plaques with silvery scale. Okay, sa extensor surfaces, scalp, Auspitz sign, nail pitting, yan, psoriasis yan. Greasy yellow scales, balakubak. Ano yan? Seborrheic dermatitis. Okay? Tapos, spaghetti and meatballs, versicolor. Okay? Then, 5-piece, lichen planus, purple, pruritic, polygonal, planar papules. 5-piece, Wickham striae, lichen planus yan. Okay? The Great Masquerader, secondary syphilis, parang Trojan horse lang, no? Then, chronic 7-year itch, baka lang itanong. Tapos, may mga pruritic papules, burrows with crustings. Tapos, usually, distributed sa circle of Hibra. Finger webs, wrist, axillae, areola, umbilicus, abdomen, waistband, genitals. So, yan. Scabies yan. Usually at night. Nangangati sa gabi. Scabies. Okay? Take note of this table. Sayang yan. 2 questions din yan. Correct answer is pityriasis rosea. Next, for the last question, which of the following suture techniques is used specifically for volar wounds of the hands? So, I want you to take note of this table as well. Yung mga keywords lang. Yung mga keywords lang. Low tension wounds. Low tension wounds. Interrupted percutaneous. Okay? Closure of dead space. Dead space. Deep dermal. Okay? Cosmetically visible areas to reduce scarring. Continuous subcuticular. Okay? Tapos, thin or lax skin with little dermal or fascial tissue. Vertical mattress. Vertical mattress. Volar wounds of the hands. Yung sagot, horizontal mattress. So, yun yung sagot sa tanong natin. corner stitches and flaps, stellate lacerations, half-buried horizontal mattress. So, yun yung mga ino-note nyo, ha? Yung mga frequent uses, yung mga specific. Okay? Yung mga kakaiba. Kakaibang frequent use. Yun yung itandaan nyo per suture type. Okay? So, that